Hello mentors, this is Andrea Sanders and welcome to the presentation of the WIMBA meeting that was held on March 20th through the 21st. Our agenda is short. We'll be discussing work groups, the Summer Academy, the end of the term Spring 2012, the beginning of the term Summer 2012, a few quick tips, and a short to-do list. First of all, I wanted to let you know that our work groups have been officially disbanded. The assigned duties are complete, and most importantly, I'd like to send out a hearty thank you to everyone for all the hard work that you did. We will be signing up for new duties as members of collaborative work groups at the Summer Academy. For more on the Summer Academy, I'd like to share with you a PowerPoint presentation from Dr. David Tiller, our training manager. Our academy will be held at Southwest Community College this summer from June 20th to the 22nd. Dr. Tiller gathered together leaders of these groups: the curriculum committee, the mentors, campus services, distance education, the nursing program, and the virtual librarians. What is the rationale behind bringing these groups together at the Academy? It's mainly to do face-to-face what we cannot do with online tools or in regionally convened meetings. In the past, these different groups have met separate places, separate times. Bringing the groups together at once can achieve some cross-collaboration that we wouldn't otherwise have. The benefit, as you see, will be to conduct the business pertinent to each group, so we will indeed have our own mentor time at the Academy. But we will also have the opportunity to share information about what we do with folks from the other groups. It'll help create a sense of community across the collaborative, definitely reduce travel expenses and duplication of effort, and give us added value in real-time collaboration. At the Academy, what we hope to accomplish would be to solve problems and generate solutions, adopt new and improved services, and strengthen and refine best practices. The purpose of the event is to inspire and motivate all of us, to challenge the intellect and call for innovative leadership, to produce practical and transferable processes and methods, and to establish collaborative goals and responsibilities for the upcoming year. The theme for this event is student success, and that's based on the TBR goal number 2 and the Complete College Tennessee Act of 2010. As I mentioned, the site will be Southwest, and our wonderful hosts are Brenda Smith and Kim Perry from Southwest. Kim, as you know, is one of our mentors, and she and Brenda have already just outdone themselves in terms of generosity and good fellowship. So I know it's going to be a fabulous site and fabulous hosting. Our group will meet on June 20th, so we will have a mentor meeting from 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Some of you have more than one role. I know some of you are on the Distance Ed Committee, and some of you are RODP contacts, so you'll be in the Campus Services, Student Services group. Some of you are also on the Curriculum Committee, so you'll need to think about, once you get the official schedule, where you need to be at what time. And I will always leave this up to you as far as the mentor meeting goes. You need to decide what's most important for you and for all of your different groups. Where do you need to be? No one will second guess you on that. Then after the day of group meetings, separate group meetings rather, we'll have together time. Starting with the dinner on June the 20th, which will offer some ways for us to interact with the other group members. And then through June the 21st and through the middle of June 22nd, we'll be working together with the other participants. This is a little bit more of a breakdown. On the Thursday, we'll have general session and concurrent sessions. We will also have a vendor expo, and we'll have dinner on your own. And then on Friday, we'll have general sessions or concurrent. That's not been determined yet. And hopefully some teamwork. And this is again all toward the goal of implementing new processes, more effective and efficient processes, implementing new guidelines for student success that we have gleaned from our synergy at working together with these different groups. This is a little more information about the vendors and the exhibitors. Please let David Tiller know if there are other vendors that you don't see here that you would like to see here, that you would like to see at the Academy. And please note what David Tiller is telling them. He is asking them specifically not to sell us anything. We have already been sold on these products. So he is asking them to meet our needs, and that is partly financial, and that is partly giving you what you want to see. So if there's a vendor, or if there's something that you want one of these vendors to specifically talk about or demonstrate, please let David know. That's the end of David's presentation. At this point in our WIMBA sessions, we had a discussion, and I asked everyone what they thought should be on our agenda for our mentor meeting at the Academy. And I asked them what topics and speakers you would like to see during the concurrent sessions or the general sessions at the Academy. Since we're not live, I would like you to email me those suggestions, please. And in the meantime, these are some of the items that came up in our WIMBA sessions. Some folks wanted us to break out into discipline groups and into mentor roles, and that totally makes sense. We also need to rethink or reimagine or reinvent our mentor roles, duties, and responsibilities to make ourselves more effective. Now that we've been doing this for several years, how do you see us realigning ourselves to better serve our faculty and help them serve their students? One area is training mentors. Now that we have a training manager full-time at RODP, the job of the training mentors has kind of diminished. Oh, and another huge factor in that is that a lot of the orientation training is going online, has gone online, excuse me, and more training coming up will probably go online as well. So we need to rethink who a training mentor is and what they do. And we may want to do this in conjunction with talking about what the other roles of mentors are and what they do. We also need to talk about a new web conferencing tool because WIMBA has been bought by Blackboard, which also bought Elluminate, or I don't know how exactly they all got bought out, but now they're all lumped together. And David Tiller has said to me that we're going to have to do a new RFP for a web conferencing software, so he would like input on that. And folks also mentioned they'd like some demonstrations on mobile learning and some new on what's new out there, what new web tools are there out there for the online classroom. So that's just a sampling of what folks came up with for the mentor portion. And now these are ideas that folks had for general sessions or concurrent sessions in the day and a half that we have with all of the other groups. George had a wonderful idea to show us what he and Sandy Schaefer have been working on, and they've been using D2L Analytics to track and improve student success, so that sounded really good. Donald King and Jim Kelly really are working on the same wavelength here, and we decided we'd love to see them present on what Donald calls the flipped classroom, moving beyond the sage on the stage and the guide on the side to the mentor in the center. and what Jim calls a paradigm shift from teaching to learning, how to promote self-regulated active learning in your students. They both sound excellent. Lydia would be willing to share an update on the math redesign pilot, something a lot of you are very interested in. Sydney Hardyway mentioned how can we measure student success when we don't at present have a baseline of student success to measure against. That sort of issue, how to measure student success and what to measure it against, would be very useful. And some folks would like help from Jim Dye on their laptops, specifically using the Mac side, and then the ever-present plagiarism issues. We need to have some sessions on academic integrity. Okay, so if none of these bring to mind what you would like to see, then please email me with your suggestions right away. We're starting to get the program together, and we need to know if you're willing to do a session, or if there's something or someone that you would especially like to see or hear. Someone did ask for something fun, and no one sprang to mind. So if you know someone who is fun and engaging, also substantive, that's the speaker we want. And if you can think of anybody, just let me know. Just a couple of quick tips on the end of term. We will as always, need to remind our students through their instructors, tell our mentees to remind their students, I should say, to get their proctors in line, get their appointments made. We'll be staffing the Final Grades Help Desk as usual. And if you have any questions or suggestions about the process, please email me those as well. Z-Quality will be coming up for summer 2012. Most importantly, remember that, oops, I'm redoing my slide here. Master copy updates are due April the 20th. Very important. And we'll be reporting through RODP Tech again, as we did last time. And again, if you have questions or suggestions about the process, please let me know. Quick tips. Contact your mentees regularly and remind them to communicate with their students. As those of you who are campus contacts can attest, the complaints are starting to roll in even as we speak. The biggest complaint is my instructor did not communicate with me. So please, 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 no matter how well or poorly the student is doing, communicate with those students. And it is a rule that you, and by you I mean the mentees, tell your mentees, it is a rule they must check email every 48 hours and they must grade all assignments within 2 weeks. Studies show that communication and feedback from instructors has a greater impact on student success than course content and design. Think about that. So make sure your mentees know that they are needed, their students need them to show a personal interest and investment in the feedback they get on their assignments. Your to-do list is very short, and that entails just sending me your ideas for the Academy. And as always, as you always do, help us make end of term spring 12 and beginning of term summer 12 the smoothest yet. Last but not least, I do heart you mentors. Thank you so much. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.